We talked about that. We did that. I'm looking at the wrong rundown because the printer wasn't working. Why is that still on my desk? forZe, though, versus Winstrike. Let's get into it, and let's see how the first round will play out. Minimal utility. They're going to try and throw Glock bullets as their main source of frag.
Well, off we go then. It will be XiPower leading the way with the P250. Superman setup as you go towards ramp. It suggests a lower split will be imminent. XiPower will be committing with the shots outside. Hobbit needs to be very careful about this one, and he's not. He had no armor. He gets punished by the P250, and that will be the commitment towards ramp and lower. Off we go.
2 Superman setups, face crack and XiPower. Elian, he's been given a chance alongside Chrism. What are they doing? Why are they not regrouping? It looks like Jerry is planning to do so, but oh no, that's the bomb. This round is not all said and done, it seems, for forZe.
Well, here we go, 3-on-3. It was looking so good for them, but I agree. I'm not sure what kind of intentions they had with this one. They've all gone one by one into key choke points and just given it up. This is woeful from forZe. And that's going to be it. It will be Winstrike pulling it back one by one. There wasn't even a commitment or execution there. Just it all fell apart very quickly. Didn't group up at all.
Yeah, I don't think communication looking on point right there for forZe. They all limped across the map individually, and that's not something you want to be doing. Is, well, the tone of my colleagues, I think, has definitely supplied you at home. You want to make sure that in these scenarios, when you have the number advantage, when you have map territory, that you're able to capitalize, because you can just see right there how easy it is to give away frags in transition.
Where was the bomb? Did you keep track of that at all?
I didn't even see what they knew where it was. It was
Flit had it trophy at one point.
One of the strangest decisions I've seen in a 5 versus 3 advantage on a map like Nuke as well, like where you take your T rounds where you can, and they throw that one away. One by one, just a little bit too carried away with their advantages, and you've got to make sure you stick together. Either way, the God Flash comes through. It delivers a couple.
Face crack!
Oh, dear.
Okay, gets there eventually. Bondik's only going to get the one. It's working for forZe, but this counter-strike is hideous.
Yeah,
this is the ugly stepsister from Cinderella, personified in Counter-Strike. And Lackey, finally it ends. XiPower puts us to our rest, 1-1.
I would love to see if he was blind, just sitting there, just couldn't hit that shot, just couldn't hit that shot. Because that is much worse than if he was flashed and unable to connect there. So they're going to win the force buy, which is actually better for forZe if they're able to convert right here. They've just set the CTs down to a $1,400 loss bonus, and you can see what that's done. A couple of CZ75s, have a scout coming out in Elian's hands, a deagle for Hobbit, and a very, very light sprinkling of nades. So this round right here for forZe, if they're able to convert, they should see themselves very quickly going up to a 3-1 lead.
Well, let's see then. The force buy in response, we had plenty of those on Overpass. Quite the battle, I have to say. Winstrike with the scouts and CZs. They've got a few smokes as well. Just to note, there's no diffuse kits, of course, but we'll see if this outside presence is followed through by forZe. Sending a couple of players out there right now. Smokes to follow. Trying to take vision away from Elian, if possible. They're going towards that main roof right now. Flashbangs are decent, means they can get down, no problem. And there will be the first kill for Hobbit, but it's quickly traded back. The scout connects, and it gets the kill. The bomb by itself again. This is very odd from the likes of forZe. See if they can recover it. I just don't know why they would commit the bomb by itself in the open.
So far forward, it's forcing fights that don't favor them now. They can stack the CTs there, and I mean, Flit, he's all too aware of that possibility. He has the ladder base to contend with, and they're on the bomb retrieval mission. He's not making any secret of his position. Elian actually getting a second chance, nearly scoping in. Lackey reveals his position as well. They should be able to focus him down together. Oh, the 1v1 was given, but Flit, he deals with it, and Bondik very far away with nothing to contribute with the CZ. So Chrism left armor and the CZ75, a full 24 bullets. That's all he needs. But unfortunately, it does seem like his days are numbered, as is this round.
I really don't know how I feel about the CZ75 on the CT side. Knowing you only get the $100 kill reward.
Yeah, and the fact the 5.7, with its changes about 6 months ago, is actually super viable right now. It's the same price, you get $300 for it, 20 bullets.
20 bullets, yeah.
I actually think you can get more kills with the 5.7 now. The CZ used to be good for multiple frags. Now it's just for one close range kill, get the gun and fall back. The 5.7, I actually would say is a better pistol, in my opinion.
Especially on a map like this, right, where you're going to have a lot of smokes in choke points. So you could be spamming with that 5.7 down a ramp smoke or through a hut smoke.
Well, that's the thing with the CZ, right? Sure, it has spam potential, but you just don't have any reserve bullets.
Precisely.
So you can't really do much with it. The 5.7, you get 90, I think, in reserve. So you can just chuck that along all day long. But full eco now, and this is actually better for forZe than winning the pistol converting, because, you know, you're taking away that $1,900 bonus they would have got for losing the pistol rounds. Their economy in a stronger spot. As you can see, full eco, bit of damage towards Hobbit. bit of a foregone conclusion. We should see this one be a quick round of force.
So a deliberately awkward first pistol from forZe.
Exactly,
maybe.
yeah, that's what they were doing.
Okay. I don't think that's a story that I would ever be able to sell. They would prefer to lose the pistol. That's something that...
Next level.
we never want to get to that point of Counter-Strike.
Not at all. But the T's, you know, saving their pennies on the pistol, that's a conversation you've had before.
Yeah, and that's something which is, you know, potentially stimulating the economy going forward. But here we're going to see Hobbit do his best to stay alive. If he can get another frag, that's great news. If he can pick up that MP9, well, that's even better. But at the moment, he's probably just going to find himself getting taken out. And this is where I want to start the conversation about something we were talking about within the pre-match, and that was the good stuff with forZe we saw historically. We saw some good pace changes towards top Henry. We liked what they were doing with the saved SMGs and economical decisions. Well, even when they knew that they could full buy, they even did full MAC-10 rounds, right?
Exactly, yeah. That was the thing that was most impressive. We got to speak to Jerry after that. Was it a financial decision knowing the CTs were low? You wanted to throw in a bit of a gamble round in there when you had enough to buy full AKs. You throw in a MAC-10 round rushing towards upper. If you win it, it looks beautiful. And it certainly was. As a MAC-10's on the honey, he's going to find Hobbit no problem. And that's going to be a clean sweep there as FaceCrack survives on 1 HP. Jerry does go down to the blast in the end. So fair play. It is going to be a MAC-10 remove. They still got 2 of those. And they bring out an extra AK-47. Replay against the eco frags. Nothing to really get too excited about, but just shows you how much money they found with the SMGs. Every kill with an MP9 on MAC-10 gives you $600. So well played.
Farming the cash for the grand scheme and lots of cash available for them. Goodness.
See, they've invested... oh, no, they didn't. I thought he picked up a MAC-10 there. Never mind. Jerry's still fumbling with his weapons in spawn. Confused me. He will have a rifle, but those 2 MAC-10s are still on the board. They're not going for a fast play, but maybe this would be delayed pounce here. This is another move that forZe like to go for.
2 flashes. 1 out the hut, 1 through the skylight. God flash in. Crosin avoiding both of them. There's a second, though, and look how much damage it's done to everyone. He's still fully flashed. A third one from Exa Power, and they take this top side with ease.
It's looking so good out there for forZe. It was a very scrappy start here on Nuke, but they've certainly balanced things out. Smoke down towards Heaven. 2 players remain. Alien and Hobbit will have nothing to say about this round. It's going to be 4-1, no problem. They've got no choice but to save. And that's the power of these sort of rounds, and you know you've got them on the ropes financially. They're not going to have helmets. They're going to have a lack of utility. Probably not the incendiaries, which are absolutely vital on a map like Nuke. Nice little upper rush there, and there will be the first 2 kills for FaceCrack with the MAC-10. And that's just a beautiful thing. That's the most idyllic position you can find yourself now. Loads of money. You're going to get $3,500 on top of a FaceCrack 7K rise. The amount of money he's found with the MAC-10, barely gone down. Now has a CT rifle as well, so doesn't even have to expense that. Oh, dear.
Oh, even worse. Hobbit, after biding his time in warehouse, eventually will get hunted down. Alien opting for the same save location, doesn't get found, but another full rebuy forced out of them, and they've only got 3K to work with. This is the double kill. Look how good Exa Power's flash was. FaceCrack, he turns his corner. Still a fully flashed opponent waiting. Krizen gobbled that one up.
It's a very simple approach, right? But when you're on the CT side, you'll drop your early utility. You know, you'll Molotov Squeaky, you'll Molly Heart, and then you put down those smokes to make sure that the top hit is not on the cards. But as that's fading, as you're pulling out grenades, as you're getting ready and like, okay, it's not the top rush. We survived the first wave. Well, guess what? It is a top rush, just mildly delayed. And this has actually put you in a position where you're not ready. And speaking of not ready, I'm not sure if Hobbit is going to be ready for these 2 guys coming over the top of Silo here. They will be able to clear out his position if they are allowed to get onto top main.
Hello, information. My name's Lackey. I am going to be taking all of you. Lobby is clear. Now the CTs realize they're going to have to spring to life. They've got Alien's M4. He's just lost half of his health. I don't know what that was from. And Hobbit's position works out well. Catches first. Lackey's flank is going to get spotted, but he hits some fantastically controlled bullets. Exa Power has a timer on this. He's aware that Silo could become a bit of an issue. 3v3 as Almeza does find Alien, but Bondic, spotted and fragged. Lackey, his flank now, bit of a problem, and there is the cleanup. forZe, quick 3 kills.
Well, there we have it. Got a little bit dicey at one point, but as long as they get the round, that's all forZe care about. 5-1 after losing the pistol. forZe are off to a flyer here, but this is the first proper full buy now for Winstrike. They've got maximum loss bonus, AWP for Alien, and we'll see if they can step up now. They have the incendiaries as well. So with no MAC-10s out there, you'd expect a more traditional gun round, but unfortunately for the likes of Winstrike, on their opponent's map pick, forZe already have enough for a pretty decent half, to be honest with you, on Nuke. So it has to be an almost perfect game. Like a 8-7 would be acceptable now for Winstrike, but anything less than that, they end up losing the half. They're in a lot of trouble here.
What's Hobbit even doing? Who does he think he's playing right now?
He challenged that.
He wasn't even challenging. I think he was just late to that position because he was doing something else at the start of the round.
Oof.
And then swings wide late into a very commonly watched position from an AWP player like XE-Power.
Best news is, though, he's challenging an AK. Worst news, AWP. So where was that ever going to go, unfortunately, for him? That is going to be Hobbit removed. He's had a few awkward moments towards outside so far. XE-Power waiting for the reactive player of the CTs as he watches for the hub push. And he might be getting one. That's going to be Bondic in towards the hub position. Let him pull one back, and now Meza finds a 3 versus 3. So still looking good for forZe here, but Winstrike at least have something to say about this particular round.
Oh, you can hear him.
Lucky making a lot of noise there, but Flip, he didn't hear the ladder, so he's happy to commit to this.
One ramp room, CT vent to be checked, and
How dear!
Oh, Crizzen! He'll take both of them. Flit, he's got a real red face after that one.
Yeah, that's whiff of the week.
Whiff of the week. That's a good time. We should start doing the whiff of the week.
Yeah, well, he's just become the front runner for it.
Yikes! That was the top site going to be open as well.
Oh, even one of us missed that shot, we'd be like, yikes.
The round before, I was about to say how good Flit's aim was looking, right?
Yeah.
Because he punished in the save call in the individual warehouse. He had a couple of bailout frags as well. Oh, no.
That's one that makes you sick to the pit of your stomach.
That one's hard to shake off here. I'm even trying to do it myself.
Yeah, you really do need someone just to tell you, like, oh, all good, man. It's totally
Yeah,
fine. Let's go.
Happens to everyone.
Happens to everyone sometimes.
I guess some people might miss that, but sometimes the most guaranteed. Oh, that's a little bit annoying.
Did he not
The
get the
wheel's
door?
starting to fall off here for forZe.
Yeah, the nade went a bit too far to the left of the door, so Jerry has to do it manually.
Playing in that tiny hole. I do love this approach. If any CTs do get caught slipping. For now, 2-man hold ramp, 2 towards top side. Crizzen and Bondic with quite the crossfire. He can adjust to Squeaky if he needs to. Outside smokes around the 1 minute 70-second mark, and there it is.
Yeah, this is a lot safer, right? It means you can't be disrupted by those Molotovs as easy as what we've seen previously. And that's something that Winstrike have already tried to do. They just tried to do it right now and in the previous round as well.
No damage on that grenade, and it will be flipped down safely. Jerry holding towards Squeaky Door, just confirming that no one can go down that vent, but Hobbit's already down, and he announces his presence with the incendiary thrown towards Secret. 40 seconds remain. Jerry trying to get himself in towards the vent if possible, receives an HE for his troubles, and it's going to be towards ramp they go. So a lower split attempted once again.
Oh my God.
Great shot, and the AWP has to save the day here. Molotov, who may go for one more, but that's going to be enough of it now. 25 seconds. Looking for Hobbit here. He needs to find multiple kills in a 5 versus 3. First will not be working out for him. Bomb's going to go down, round over.
Meza, he's had an amazing round. I mean, that double kill, first one as well, just a drive-by on ramp was the test to get them into the round. He actually concludes it as well by finding the last defender. Flit knows where they're saving, and he's feeling a little hungry. He fancies a snack. It is going to be an AWP, though, and so that's going to get him the information confirmed. Maybe they're going to continue this hunt. Look at them. They're flashing, pushing.
This is a great idea. With the AWP there already, they're going to have to drop some flashes at least. Do not swing by one by one.
They did this on overpass as well, though, right? In the early stages, they love the chase. They just love putting pressure on. They let this guy save the AWP a bunch.
It's going to happen again. I feel like the positions are too strong. There's no way they're going to challenge. XE-Power hoping he'll find Crizzen, but he's going to hold on to his AK-47. So, yeah, the money's still strong. It wasn't the end of the world. forZe give up 2 away, and there's the B stream right now. Gambit Youngsters versus Namiga Gaming. It's actually gone to overtime, and that's going to be map point for the latter as well. So Gambit Youngsters certainly the favorites going into that one, boys, and it hasn't worked out as of yet. 3-0.
Yeah, let's see if they can turn that one around right there. We've got the C stream as well going on. That's Team Spirit versus Unique, so you can check all that action out. With us right now, forZe are looking hot to trot here. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that one. Dust 2. Spirit's got Some Die Young. We got Magic's in there. A bunch of big names. Jerry's back towards his usual tricks over towards Squeaky. Playing cat and mouse, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oof. Well, he manages to bait the shot through the tiny hole. Elian was giving it a whack as well. And I feel like Jerry, his days surely are numbered. They're looking for him. 2 of them.
He's holding the perfect angle, though. They really have to commit to it. as the shots will continue to be pummeled toward that squeaky door. It's taking a lot of damage. Grenade to be thrown as well, but Jerry's already fallen back. He'll take nothing from that. Alien decides to drop down the fence with his low HP and the orb, so presumably goes towards Secret. We'll see if that rings true, and indeed he is. Starts to rotate to that position, so wants to lock down the outside area, but no one, until now, FaceCrack and Flit will be towards T-Red. Doesn't get any vision.
I feel like I always see that position work well for the AWPer. The only time that they don't find 2 kills is when a Molotov arrives on their face before they can take this peek. And, well, looks like FaceCrack does live up to his name. A headshot in the feed, and Alien, forced to watch, is now 5 versus 4. Outside smokes, a frag Secret, but nobody else. They've got different intentions for this round, and Hobbit, he catches FaceCrack's yard walk. He's been playing a very passive game, and Jerry walks straight into the crosshairs. A dink from Bondic as well. This is the best bet we've seen from some time for the CTs. There's only 20 seconds, and a T-side AWP does not get extra power into this site.
Well, the smoke down, it looks like they're going to have to save this one. They've still got plenty of cash going forward, but it's Hobbit that finds a key kill with a FAMAS outside, upgrades to the AK-47, gets himself a second, and indeed will be saving the weaponry here. CTs can't really justify a chase. Their money not really established, but they have got 2 AKs and a FAMAS now.
I really like that from XiPower there. Dropping that smoke makes it seem like, oh, maybe they're still interested in going for this round. And what that's actually done is forced Winstrike to stay glued in their positions.
Right.
They haven't been able to scavenge that AWP that Alien dropped in the secret position because they had to respect the potential that forZe would go for this round right here. But that's the kill that almost changed the tide, right? FaceCrack, he had done enough with the opening kill, but it seemed like the call from Jerry was to make a bit of contact after he had gone down, and they're just kills given up a little bit unluckily by forZe. So Winstrike are doing their best to bounce on back here. They will need a few more like that to make this one seem threatening. And, well, Alien, I could see that he did have the AWP in hand. But, ladies and gentlemen, this could be a technical timeout.
No, 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 no.
No?
I've had enough of them. I don't need another technical. Looks like we have lost a player. So, in the meantime, we can perhaps see how an Amiga ends. They are looking to take... Oh, my goodness. Super just charged down Banana. A lot of players are doing that these days, and it does look like these guys are hard to separate.
Get him box. I like a good box.
You do?
Yeah.
Like it's one of your favorite shapes?
Sturdy boxes are pretty good. You know,
sturdy.
Cardboard box.
Large, small. They come in different shapes and sizes.
You can get a metallic box. I used to have a metal toolbox.
I've always been quite jealous of, when I was a kid, I carried around a toolbox.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was full of my potions, just different products I'd stolen from the garage.
Always been into the fairies and the wizards
I
and the
was
pixies,
making
haven't you,
potions
Alex?
a long time ago. Way before I knew what alchemy was. Nade landing on Jerry's nose this time. FaceCrack with a spot. Tiniest of gaps towards Warehouse, but Hobbit repositioning this time, going to be playing the secret line.
Yeah, they haven't had a good time towards Secret, the old Winstrike boys, so need to be careful on that peak. Luckily, they have done a lot of damage to kick this round off. XiPower and Jerry significantly wounded as Lackey changes his position up towards ramp, not as aggressive. Hobbit with the AK-47, wanting to take the jewels.
Wow, all he had to do was wait, and XiPower does eventually get it. Hobbit, that's a huge equalizer straight away, keeping the 4-man equilibrium. They were ready for that play. I thought he'd made quite the ambitious maneuver. This time it doesn't work out for him, but it gives them the advantage again.
This is great. Team stuff from forZe here. As a unit, opening pick comes through. Get the smokes down, force out any CT risks. We know that they have to push and ply for information. Find yet another kill.
Oh, no one's lower at all on the CT side. You might not even go for this. I don't think it's worth it.
No nades.
Unless he gets a remarkable kill here, it's a smoke down. That's not going to happen. So bomb planted. No one's even attempt going down towards lower. So job done. forZe have done enough here. It's going to be 7-3. They're even taking their sweet time here to get the bomb planted, but it will go down. And it's up to Winstrike to save their weapons this time in T-spawn. So going to the other end of the spectrum this time.
I don't know about you guys, but the idea of LMBT joining forZe as part of the coaching staff is actually really cool. Because LMBT, for those of you who aren't too familiar with him as an individual, he had a long coaching stint with international rosters, right?
Mouse sports primarily, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the one that will stick out in a lot of people's minds. And that was a mouse sports that was very dangerous as a unit. So LMBT, as an individual, has picked up a lot of experience over the last couple of years in terms of dealing with players, playing in stage games, in higher pressure moments, and having a young crew. So he's had to deal with all of that. So adding him into this mix right here as the only Ukrainian, the rest is Russian, alongside of Little, who is the coach of this team. That's a very exciting prospect to me. I've always really enjoyed talking Counter-Strike with LMBT, and hopefully we get to see a little bit of his impact on this team, because I really like Jerry too. So you throw those two things together, it's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been an exciting performance so far. If you are just joining us, this is the second map of our best of 3 here in the CIS region on the road to Rio. It was Overpass to kick things off. That was the pick of Winstrike, but it was picked up by forZe, 16-8, a convincing victory, and actually recovered a 5-0 deficit as well after losing the pistol. Great scenes here on their map pick of Nuke, 7-3 up on the T side, and they look like they'll continue their power as we'll boost up the sniper. It's going to be the door blown out. Jerry to patrol that area once again, but a bit of lower presence from Ellian this time. He's been going towards Secret time and time again, but it hasn't necessarily worked out for them. Let's see if he can find anything different around number 11.
Yeah, it's not even that Winstrike have tried having a bad approach to this. They're not giving it up. It's not like they're conceding it.
The shots they're getting and receiving, more primarily, to be honest with you, that aren't working out for them. They're making the right decisions. There's some great shots landing, and we'll have the outside smokes once again here. We'll see what version comes through. Is it going to be the more traditional one? It's actually going to be more focused towards a garage. This is the L block. Molotov down as well. And Ellie has nothing to do with this, because they're not going to go secret. They're going to focus towards garage, so he can't really be part of this exchange.
Oh, wow. I love the maneuver from Flit there. That was real wormy. Gets through the smokes, punishes Hobbit on the rotate, but Elian with the bomb down, and his Molotov will force them out. Trying to take some additional space. Lackey, however, down in the yard. They don't have the bomb, but they have all the frags. And FaceCrack's managed to retrieve it. He's taking it topside. Krisen holding the line. Oh my God, he could get 3. He does. Krisen, the hero for Winstrike, puts it into a winnable 1v1.
Elian with no kip, the AWP, and if XPower gets towards the lobby, he's in trouble here. It comes down to the timings. I don't think Elian catches him. He tucks in towards Squeaky. Orb on orb action here. Oh, he goes back.
The timing.
XPower taking a couple of shots, realizes that this is going to come down to the push. He has a smoke for the bomb as well. XPower, what can you do? He's holding it. He's holding it. XPower, you got to call his bluff. He's going for the knife and he stabs him, but the defuse, it's found.
A very weird decision from XPower. He had all the advantages in the world, could have just stabbed him straight away, but it waited 4 seconds before doing it.
Yeah, and I have a skybox clip which isn't as impressive anymore because they lost the round, but Flit here, normally we see these individuals wait for the smoke to clear. He's actually pushed on through and found the timing. You can see Hobbit, he's aware of this strategy, but normally when this smoke here dissipates, that's when they push into warehouse. So that's how the opening came through, guys. Thank you for letting me show that, but it feels almost worthless with how that round just ended.
Yeah. 4 versus 2. Fantastic work from Krisen. Don't take anything away from that, but still the 1 versus 1. I don't know why he was playing himself there. Just go for the stabs initially. What have you got to lose? Either way, it will be XPower trying to pick up the pieces from the previous round. He's going to go down early. This is where the wheels start to fall off. And it's a 5 versus 4. With the MP9s and FAMAS's here, they get the early pick.
The thing is, right now, forZe know that lobby's been taken off of them. So the individuals taking space in yard, they need to put the brakes on eventually. If they push past this, great flash. That's the opening. Now, if you're forZe, you need to chill. The map territory has been taken. The CTs now are reeling back across. We need to cover lower. We need to make sure Heaven's under control. They're the ones who have to do all the work.
Like he heard the steps, so he has the awareness that there could be someone Heaven. There's another one on his way as well. Krisen, he's going to look for the information, but he won't be allowed to retrieve it. Almeza, that could have got awkward, but Lackey times it to perfection, catching both of them off of the 1 sound cue.
Well, caught with the pants down once again. It's always the one position they're not looking at. The forZe will lose a couple of frags. It's the man advantage once again for Winstrike, and they're not
even looking at him to spawn.
It's over. That's a double kill.
Should have been. Giving them the position. Bonnic's going to flank as well.
Oh,
they're pushing in towards them, and Jerry, he gets another chance with the warning shot. Elian, however, onto Almeza, puts Jerry into dire straits. He's got to try and avoid this orb, and he does bait the shot. Good shoulder jiggle. If he can win this duel, jumps over the aim and swinging in. I loved it.
Good try.
Up until the point where the USP came out.
I would like it if Jerry had the bomb. He always seems to be in the back lines.
Yeah, Almeza seems to have the bomb every time at the front line.
Yeah.
So not ideal in that respect.
that's a big problem right there. If those two players who were going up towards heaven died and they didn't have the bomb, well, it's not so bad. But the fact is you've just basically delivered this towards the CT spawn. So this should be the easiest area for at least them to set up some form of a defense. And, well, that's exactly that. So the scoreline is 5-7 now. Winstrike are doing their best to battle back into this. Now, let's be real. forZe have already done a fantastic job. 7 on the T-half. They're sitting pretty right here. But they had an opportunity to be up to potentially 9 rounds right here. And, well, more lobby aggression. XE Power goes down. And the leg shot as well on Zelmazer. So they're changing this game up.
Perfect dunk. Elian has turned up on the CT second half. Chance for Flit to at least keep it competitive. He's stopped the 1v5. Made it 1v4. No one low sight, so he's got that space. He's making the sound cues. He wants to try and draw them into some 1v1s, and Kristen's about to oblige. There it is.
He can win this. He can actually win this.
Takes the door sound.
Yeah, didn't go for the quick plant, which would have yielded a winnable situation. Unfortunately, trying to wiggle his way back towards up. There'll be a molly down towards the vent. No one's going to be moving just yet until he plants. They've got everything covered. The ramp, the vent. And we'll see whether he can do anything else with this one. 2 kills for Flit so far. Still has a smoke and 2 flashes. 40 seconds remaining now.
He's dead.
Yeah, there's no way he survived this before. Unless Elian has missed a couple of sitters today.
He definitely has.
So, he was ready for that one. Couldn't quite pull the trigger. The flashbang not bad. Could get down the vent, I suppose. That's where he came from. A third kill is found. Maybe a fourth. So much damage inflicted here. Bondik to 24 points of health. The nade, it connects. Now, do we have a full commitment on the plant? We do, and Bondik, he'll take the risk. It works out for him. 3 kills found. Decent effort there from Flip, but Winstrike starting to close the gap now. 2 in a row.
Maybe we see one of these top strats again coming out of forZe. They were up 5-1.
That would be a good call, actually. There's some MAC-10s, a couple of rifles, just to kind of float the idea, see how that's received.
And you also know that in the early stages of these rounds, Winstrike are going very aggressive lobby. Last 2 rounds that we've seen, Winstrike have been pushing either ramp, pushing hard. You had Ellie in there open squeaky going for a couple of kills. Oh no, forZe. If they did want to leave spawn quickly, they've just had a bit of a catastrophe right there. XE Power didn't actually buy a weapon in the freeze time, so he blocked everybody just to get a P250.
Hobbit gets himself into secret. Oh, I have a good feeling about this one for Hobbit. Here comes Face Crack, definitely not checking that corner, and a double, maybe even a triple. They line up, and another supportive flash. He actually runs out of bullets. We'll have to finish with the USP. Gets him far enough. Mission accomplished. Outside push held down. He did spot Jerry, though. Elian has the information that there's one lingering red, and we'll be able to send them to bed. So it's looking like a 7-7, and it's confirmed by Lackey. Winstrike, they've managed to make the CT side competitive. It was looking like a dominant forZe run, but they've really stepped it up at the last 4 or 5 rounds.
8-7. It's actually come through after another fantastic start. They were 5-1 up, but Winstrike winning that 2 versus 4 with absolute calamity ensuing in the 1 versus 1 as well has got them right back in this game. Winstrike will have a full buy, and certainly not the case for forZe. You can see XE Power with no grenades, and that's pretty much the sentiment of the entire team. Jerry with no smoke as we enter the final round of this first half. Can they find anything here to close things out and win things out 8-7? Let's see.
Again with the aggression. This time Lackey Gang is set up. They are all lined up. My God, look at the damage inflicted. Almeza could go down, but he's hitting some shots now, and 3 quick frags. The CT side going to be scratching their heads. Elian's got some position.
He would have to do something absolutely insane to get them back into this round. The nades, that's a really good start right here, but the AWP, that is a bit of a problem. He's going to have to find a rifle in transition if he wants to retake topside, but that's if he even gets that far. XE Power once again on the other side of Squeaky. Bomb's half tick. Now they have to get a move on.
Yeah, this is a tough one for Elian. He was hoping he'd find someone close. He does have XE Power's barrel spotted, but fires off the shot, and XE Power does not miss. 8-7. It's a slight lead for forZe as they do hold it. 8-7 on the half of their map pick.
And I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time.
safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. But she bring me back, not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it bleeds again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Oh, you bring me to you bring me to life. Been the road less traveled, all alone, feeling my body leveled on my own. I can just feel it, no way to stop it. The sounds of the music so through my bones. I can just taste it, no need to fight it, 'cause I'm out here staying. It's that to my soul. 'Cause lightning and thunderstorms are never stopping me before. This night is never over, not until I leave the floor. So that's a passion, baby, I can never get enough. So don't you try and stop me, dance until the sun comes up.
We're back to talk all about forZe and Winstrike. It's the second map of the first series of another day here for ESL 1's Road to Rio. Two more exciting games in the wings. You'll be seeing FaZe Godsent, Dignitas Astralis. But for now, we focus on the CIS region, and it seemed like forZe had their map under lock and key. A couple of oopsies and trips and stumbles enabled Winstrike to get back into it, including a 2v4 triple kill from Crizzen. That gets them back into the game, and it does seem like GG.bet still has firm belief in forZe.
Well, let's see what can be done here. forZe will be on the CT side now with their map pick. It all looks quite good. Winning the half on their T side bodes very well indeed. But the game's still on knife's edge here. As we'll see, 5 sets of Kevlar on the Winstrike side, so no utility. Focusing towards ramp. We have got Almeza at the back of the ramp room, ready to challenge, gets the first kill, but they haven't been good at holding on to these leads. They are a very aggressive team. Challenging, and XE Power, no different. He wants to try and get this next kill if possible, but it is going to be a quick exchange. 3 versus 2, Bomb goes down. They know where Bondik is, and he's got 22 HP, no chance of winning the round. It's a quick finish there for forZe with 3 surviving, and nothing to be said for Winstrike. Remember, no utility brought into that round, and no bomb plan.
Hey, Green, you with us?
Hello.
Hey, can you show one of the ladder players, preferably the one going up first this round?
Sure.
Can you show how they go up the ladder for me?
Yeah,
like
of
stay
course.
on their first person. I want to give a
Back
PSA
slightly
for everybody
turned,
at home.
Diagonally up.
So this is it is a force by situation, so we might just see secret wall smokes cross. So at the start, guys, we're just going to show you when you go up the ladder, you want to get up as quick as possible. Here we go. So you want to be diagonally up as you go up, all right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be going straight
Pressing
up.
up and right, and you can get maximum velocity as you go up there.
As quick as possible. So that's one for all of you at home to bring into your matchmaking games.
Now, that is the successful smoke wall. Face crack, he took a lot of damage on his initial push, but you can see Crizzen finding that frag. They're going to try and molly the top side. That does look like a well-placed incendiary from Almeza to buy them time. The flashes won't do anything. They're channeled towards ramp. And it's only Power's scout, a missed shot on the low HP. He's screwed. He's desperately trying to survive, and he will manage to get out of dodge, but low sight now lost. Jerry's got an M4. Dream weapon for the angle.
Yeah, the Gatling gun waiting down towards lower. Tech-9s, though, will be challenging towards heaven. And there's another tag coming through, but scout will be dropped. It was inevitable, really. Too many challenges. Seems to be a burden here for forZe. And it's now 4 versus 3. They've got a low HP player as well. This looks like it's going in favor of Winstrike. Where do they go next? They've got an incendiary and an HE grenade. Waiting for the next CT mistake to be delivered.
If they go ramp, that's their worst choice, right? Oh, actually, Jerry's moved off.
I don't know. That means they've got no one lower now.
So they're going to drop probably the top side player through the vent
Jerry.
as soon as this is coming on through.
So
and they will have to retake
outside now. Yeah, full retake. I couldn't explain this in any words.
They might have to save if the bomb goes down here, and that sounds ridiculous, but I don't know how they get back into the lower bomb site.
Well, they've given it up for free. That's the round. There's no point going for it anymore.
Seems like an odd choice. They might try and go for it. FaceCrack going to try and get the info with his low HP, and actually Almeza getting one. Another for Jerry. They're so low, though. Neither of them really have the HP to deal with this. And yeah, Hobbit's already got one. This will not go well. FaceCrack, 7 HP, can't really contest. He's sticking around, hoping that Lackey, excuse me, will give him the frag. But yeah, it's not going to happen. In long range with the Tech-9, it's an open plant. Winstrike, they'll take it. It didn't really feel like they had the weapons for it. He hasn't got the kit.
He does. If he sits it, he can maybe get away with it.
But this will just be checked, and a single frag from Hobbit sends him plunging into the pool.
Yeah, that was a very sloppy round from forZe there, right? The initial reaction from FaceCrack was great, but then after that is where it got really, really clumsy, right? Once they saw the smokes towards Yard, he pushed lobby and gets information, even gets a kill. But after that, the wheels kind of fell off, and I understand why Jerry was moving around. He did have teammates who were low on HP. It's just unfortunate that he was the one who had to make the risk. He was set up perfectly.
With the M4 down lower as well, like with that range advantage, he probably wins that. He's at least going to get 2 kills at the range. He's denying them access toward the site. I couldn't work it out. Either way, it is going to be the force five in the CTs, and this is where the finances will really start to be drained. This is going to be a very difficult round. They've already got down towards lower. forZe are looking very questionable on Nuke.
Yeah. Nice chance from Flit to do some damage, and he does catch the first, and oof, inflicts enough for a single scout bullet to work. Power, perhaps not the comms he needed. He could have finished the job. Instead, Elian can't believe his luck, and the last man is Jerry. You think he might have spotted him. Elian got the perfect angle, and they'll find another Winstrike. They break through the force.
How did he see Jerry there? That just emitted a tiny little dot on his screen, just motioning across, and now forZe will have to eco, so it was looking good.
Yeah, it's looking terrible now.
Let's see how long it takes them to get guns out, because next round they get 2,400, which isn't a full buy. Power will be able to get an AWP up, so that's not too many worries there. This was a nice kill. Being controlled with the MP9 from that range was good stuff there from Elian. So converting a very, very dicey round. Let's see if they can grab another. Flash in the top, nade open squeaky. Same again, down the vent.
And it's going to be the ramp stacks, and nothing to report here, unfortunately, as Winstrike will get the bomb down towards Secret. There is a bit of an adjustment down towards lower, so we have 1 CT there, but that's going to be Almades over USP. Not like he can actually do anything about this. So Elian will confirm the windows are clear, and the bomb will go down. That's going to be round done, and double digits for the T side as well. So certainly gifted a few rounds, but they'll take these all day long. 5 players towards ramp, and it's going to have to wait for some exit kills.
First up is Elian. Might be calling ramp clear, doesn't quite believe it, and rightfully so. It was a deagle exchange, and Flit with only 13 HP after it.
This could be a unicorn round. I don't know why you'd want to even chase with the MAC-10s. I understand that you could potentially get a bunch more money, 600 per kill, but you have a chance to have nades, a weapon, armor, everything into the next round. These kills could be in vain here. We always talk about the economic flow-on effects and losing anything to USPs. That's not ideal. This is getting a little bit janky. They're going to lose another.
Get that AK out there. Lackey needs to keep hold of it. The bomb, a bit of a threat. Prism will catch them. Lackey maintains his AK. So all good. Power grabbing a Galil before the time ends. It's something to stimulate their economy. And you do get that AWP, as we talked about as well. So that works out quite nicely. Flit was one of the hardest hit. He gets to work with just the Galil now, and we'll have a couple of unarmored M4s, unutilized M4s. Only going to be a couple of nades, a single Molotov or Incendiary for Almeza. And even Krizen keeping the MAC-10. I find that interesting. There are a couple of exposed heads, just the one, in fact, on Face Crack.
I think you would be expecting more utility to be purchased here. I definitely am. So forZe are taking a massive risk right here.
First real gun round here. 3 rounds in a row for Winstrike. Honestly,
look how quick they just dropped straight down the vent and they're out squeaky. What was that call? Where did that information come from?
I don't understand.
Were 3 of them trying to get down there?
Yeah. So something happened there to make them believe it was a lower play, and then they've immediately gone straight down the vent. So,
oh, the round's done.
Yeah, they're not winning this one. That was very questionable. These, look, if we get Jerry for the post-game interview, I have a bunch of questions I definitely need to ask him here.
Can we see that exchange again in the replay, if that's possible? Just the 2 CTs suddenly, just immediately, just before the squeaky door is open, turn tail and start heading down the vent. It really couldn't have been any more awkward for the CTs. They'll be happily keeping hold of their weapons, though, and trying again. Winstrike collect 11.
I'm not sure if it was out of necessity. Maybe the fact they had no grenades. They're trying to get players down towards Secret, anticipating a standard outside smoke play. Oh, Jerry, he might go down here. They're going to hear that ladder and just drop it. I don't know what's happening here. It's one of the strangest decisions I've seen from a team in the last few rounds here from forZe.
Here's what I think's happened. I think forZe have done like a lot of homework on stuff that they've seen Winstrike do, and now they're reacting to that information in the game. And this is what those situations look like. And to tell you how they feel, it feels even worse because it feels like you've done bad homework, right?
Yeah.
You think you've had the right assignment and you've done all that homework, and then you're reacting in the server in a real-time environment.
You get into the exam and you've been prepping about, you know, the Battle of Hastings, and we're talking about World War II.
Yeah, and those adjustments, man, you can't be assuming them to be gospel. You still have to play your game, and that is a part of XE Power's game right there. Gets the opening. Face Crack has to do something. From the top of Hut, we'll be able to mop things up, and here we go. Much better stuff from forZe. They don't just decide to send all their members down the vent. They stand, they deliver, and they put the first gun round on the board here.
It's much better. It's fast-paced round there from Winstrike, trying to get towards that upper bomb side, but it's shut down. Almeza and XE Power with the spray down and orb combo.
I have a story, which is actually related to this game. It's even related to a player or a coach.
Story on this
relevant story.
I know
it seems crazy.
Going down too well, but go ahead.
MLG Columbus 2016 major qualifier.
I was there.
You were there. So was I. I was still playing. This was towards the real tail end of my career, that's for sure. We were playing against Gambit. And this is Gambit before they won the major, ladies and gentlemen. This was Gambit with Hooch, who now Hooch is coaching the Winstrike team on your screen right here. And we watched the demos of them on train. We knew we were going to play them on train. We knew that was going to be coming on through the map pool. We did our homework. Azza, for example, looked at the ways that they like to take pop, or if they, you know, their pacing. Went into the game with all that information. They didn't do anything we watched.
Nothing at all.
Nothing we watched.
Not a single
So
one.
that was the first time that we had actually tried to do that level of homework. And then in that game, it meant nothing. It actually made our approach to the game worse because our individuals didn't play the way they normally would. They had to try and find a different approach for the game, and we lost. And yeah, that was a pretty dark time. And basically, the relevance here is maybe we're seeing a similar scene out of this forZe team, or maybe they just made a miscall.
Yeah, I mean, or a combination of both. It is definitely a possibility that they've perhaps done a lot of homework. Considering you're 0-2, you're going to, right? You're like, your next opponent, guys, we need to beat these. They're on a win streak.
Yeah.
Winstrike are dominating at the moment. Let's look at their games. Let's see how they're doing it and what we can do a bit better. And perhaps, yeah, some of their strategies are being faked out by Winstrike with you see a single piece of utility. Previously, it was attached to just the one execute, and that's enough to make a dud call and be exploited for it. It is powerful stuff. The world of anti-stratting and knowing that your opponent will have looked at what you've done previously. We've seen G2 completely change up their Dust 2 game because they know that their Dust 2 was getting easy to predict.
Well, here we go then, ladies and gents. We're into the next round. AK-47s have been found in threes for forZe in their CT defensive. They've got a decent amount of utility now, as Jerry will get over towards Secret. Sneaks on in, no one's aware of his presence, and it's a very slow, methodical stance from Winstrike to kick things off. They have committed a few smokes towards outside. In terms of manpower behind it, there's nothing. So Jerry will get all that information at least from the Secret position. He'll confirm that no one's heading towards outside at least.
He did the glaive smoke. Peeks over the top of it.
It's a top hit.
Nothing, and here comes the top hit. Almeza immediately getting himself down. Face crack's burning. He doesn't even realize the Molotov, it's spread to his door position, and while fully flashed, he just slowly gets cooked.
Yeah, this is good fakes. Team Winstrike, they've faked that out completely. With that free kill, they get ramp control. Jerry's had to drop down from Secret here, but it's too little too late. The side is over. They can get that bomb down. They can even push on up and find some post-plant positions.
Yeah, good stuff from Winstrike. The outside smokes into an upper fake and then a ramp take afterwards. I feel like the ramp is done with the bomb down today, but do they want to challenge it to the AK-47s? I think they have to, yeah.
Brilliant play. Winstrike, they're winning rounds without having to take any casualties. I mean, this is another one where Jerry's just wondering where it all went wrong.
Yeah, because this time the adjustment was he actually was the early warning system. The canary in the coal mine. Ooh, some damage done there. So Jerry, that must be a wall bang.
Yeah, Power was holding like a real tight line and just reacted, I guess.
What?
Yeah, I think it was a wall bang. I think it was straight through. Because his position where the AWP shot came from doesn't correlate, really.
Not at all.
Maybe we'll have a replay. I doubt it, but maybe.
That's very curious. I'll have to go check that one in the demo later.
12-10. forZe will have to save their weapons, and it's a lovely execution in general. So we saw the outside smokes, upper flashes, which led to a kill as well. The flashbangs are so powerful. Almeza didn't even realize he was sat in the flames. He gets cooked to a crisp. Of course, pandemonium ensues at that point. They're trying to rotate back towards upper. They've lost all intel as to what's happening there. And all in the meanwhile, we've got Winstrike heading towards ramp, quick down lower, and not a single kill required.
And you can't even fault Almeza because from his POV, he's hearing, looks like a top site, Molotovs are being flown in, he's flashed, he's on top of the hut on the door, he has no idea he's being Molotoved, he's full flash during that, his screen just goes white, he takes his hands off the keyboard, and they get their opening pick that they can then just bombard into ramp. It was perfect for Winstrike into round 22, now into the 23rd. Let's see if they can close this gap. 4 rounds away from train for Winstrike, 6 for forZe to end us into. They're on the favored side. You would assume that forZe have still got something to say. Let's find out, though, as a mix-up. Look at the 3 players going ramp early. One will descend to lower. Jerry's responsibility still that low site. Power, however, going to try and AWP this ramp angle. Krisen likely to wide swing. It will be a reaction time shot. It requires Power to really be... I was going to say vigilant. He's actually decided to give up on that line, leaves it to Flip.
Yeah, good call right there, because Yard could have been a problem. Hobbitt's already pushed out towards this red container without having to use any utility, so there's no real tells that he's pushed out this far. You can see Winstrike, they did a bunch of contact-esque strategies on overpass. Well, they're doing similar stuff here on Nuke. Posturing, waiting for this early utility. There's no aggression coming through, and now they're looking to retool. Setting up towards the secret smokes. Alien's going to dump his. And now this should force out the rotation or the move from forZe. But as we can see, there's nobody aggressive, nobody poking around at Yard.
Jerry's down towards lower, but he's not exactly challenging for intel here. He's behind in the corner with the smoke in hand, I believe. So yeah, pixel peek. As soon as he detects anyone down towards lower, that's when he'll be dropping it with 40 seconds remaining as well. Be a very powerful smoke as well, but he needs to nail the timing. If he throws it too late, they can just get past it. Oh,
Jerry, no.
He's buggering around, buggering around. Don't know why, couldn't tell you, but lost his concentration for a second. It cost him his life.
Oh, it could have been the round-winning smoke. Now Flit's gonna have to spring to action. He's got so much to deal with. Decon's open. He's gone down. The volley does trade for him. Elian, I think he might have caught a tag there, but exposed a little too much. Power's head is gone. Winstrike looking like they've done enough. Another round in the books. FaceCrack can't do anything, and Jerry, he's been having a bit of a nightmare.
I think he was caught between calming and looking at the clock there because he had the perfect play. The pixel peek with that smoke would have actually won the round, in my opinion, but a lapse of concentration, goes for the deep smoke instead. He saw the clock, said, oh, let's definitely win the round here. And he goes for the deep smoke, cost him his life, and that's all they needed.
I think this is the game. I'm not going to lie. I think Winstrike have got them a bit of a loop here. Unless Almeza walks on in and Goblin defuse, he could do this. There's a chance if he goes now.
I think
he has the kit. This is a ninja.
FaceCrack, how has he done this?
FaceCrack has legit done it with 15 HP to spare. I can't believe it. Chad, good spot. He waits long enough to get the ninja.
Well, we talk about a lapse of concentration. That's it, personified on the server right there. Oh. Always watch the bomb when it's an awkward plan, Chad. You've got to say that, surely.
The amount of times in my career I've gone, is anyone with the bomb? while we're chasing, someone should always be with the bomb. No one should ever.
It's always
guys,
the worst plan.
Not only now have Valve made it easier, you can even stand closer to the bomb and you won't die when it explodes.
Oh, wow. Face crack, he saw an opportunity and he seizes it. That is madness. And now going outside, Jerry wants some revenge and he goes strong.
No!
I can't believe that. Elliot actually hits the no-scope, but this is why we need the new kill feed. I want to see blind flash no-scope, perhaps.
Blind flash no-scope. There we go. It's going to be a 3-on-3. forZe can't seem to find any advantages. It looks perfect for them, but something always falls at the last possible second. The rotation comes in. This is looking much better. Almaze will get all three. Beautiful spray down there, and of course gets Christen from the grave.
I'm curious if we do get this forZe victory, which, look, I would be impressed if they turn this game around with some of the calls that we've seen. If Jerry thinks that he's been out-called here, because I personally think that within this early stage, within these first phrase that we've seen here on this Nuke T-half from Winstrike, they've completely out-called forZe. forZe have been biting on everything.
Right.
They think there's a bloody great white in the water. They've called out the Navy SEALs just to deal with it. And there's nothing. It's just a water bottle, an empty one.
Most Australian comparison I think I've ever heard you use.
Yeah, about mate. We're gonna head down to the bloody the service station, mate.
The servo.
Huge round here. If forZe can do this, they'll break the accounts of Winstrike and finally have them feeling a bit of pressure here. They lose it. Just the same result, but it'll be against them. MP9 for Jerry, sitting in towards events this time, not down towards Secret. Hobbit resides. Plenty of time here. Good resources still on the Winstrike side, but the last couple of rounds have certainly fallen apart. A couple of ninja defusers in there. And Elegant has impressed us today. Some good shots, some
Just a couple
moments.
Just a couple, Henry. Just a couple
just
ninja
one
diffusers in there. Yeah, you know how it is.
As you'd
Standard
expect.
day in the office.
Just a cheeky 1-4. Full ninja defuse when the game couldn't be closer.
I can't believe that happened. That is unique. I don't get an ninja defuse every day.
Top fake again here. Back towards ramp they go. Flit this time hasn't rotated away, and Exy Power's even joining him, so good stuff from forZe, but that's even better from Christen.
Huge work, Christen. He's been doing everything, but there's going to be body damage that does not translate into a round win.
They really can't have the ramp from mode forZe, can they? It's a bit of an issue for him. Trying to drop off there, fumbled the movement, could have maybe got away with his life, but unfortunately landed on the ledge and was committed to the duel, and it's a 4 versus 2, another guaranteed round. I agree with Chad. They honestly look like a better Nuke team.
The train is extremely likely right now. You look at this, we're going to get 1,400 loss bonus for these guys in the next round. That's going to allow Exy Power to buy, but not anything he would be hoping for. You've got Flit, who will have just enough. Jerry can go down to an MP9 again. Facecrack and Almaze, they shouldn't be dropping anything across. They need that to reinvest in grenades. So at this point right here, it looks like Winstrike are going to take Nuke. And oh, if Almaze goes down, he's very lucky. So many bullets just to get that one kill. Lucky will be dropped. He will survive. And we said last round was important. Well, this one gets even more important on that forZe side of things here. If they don't bounce back now, Winstrike will be taking this map. Their woes within the road to Rio of the CIS division will continue. And we will be going to map 3, which is Train. You can see that beautifully displayed in the top right-hand corner of your screen. A very apt tactical timeout here. They do need to take this, and we do need to tell you what's going on the B stream. Namiga and Gambit Youngsters, map number 2. You can see Namiga did take that one on Inferno, and Gambit Youngsters are bouncing back in style. 7-2 up here, but I'm sure it'll be an 8-7 half.
Yeah, probably, it normally is, unfortunately, but Gambit Youngsters will do their absolute best to hold on to this lead, as we'll see them do very well on the T-side of Dust 2. Speaking of T-side success, Winstrike has certainly found some here on Nuke. Currently got 5 rounds here on the T-side to forZe's 4. So we'll get into the next round. It's going to be a mixed bag, to say the very least, for forZe. You've got the MP9 out and the AWP glass cannon format for Exy Power. Fast approach towards outside. Decent grenade. Should do some substantial damage there, and it certainly does.
Yeah, okay, so that's a stun. The audio cue will be there for the main player. Jerry's calling lots of steps outside, and Bondek, he's going to be crossing with a lot of his friends. You can see the adjustment. Jerry should still be responsible for main. It seems like Hobbit wants to worm his way in there on that edge of the smoke, but a lot of outside control. This is going to be an interesting round, so hold yourself and prepare for what could be a chaotic 30 seconds. Just waiting this one out for now. There's a lot of potential for Facecrack around him, and Oh, spots the bomb. He's expecting more. Doesn't have to take that fight.
Always at the repeat with these guys.
Chill your
Everyone
beans.
just reel it in. You've got the lead. And will be the second kill for FaceCrack. And there it is. The third has been found for forZe. Elian will pull one back with the AWP, but the bomb is down. 4 versus 2. Crizzen and Elian now will have to work very hard indeed. But forZe, they do like offering themselves up in a 1-by-1 manner. But for now, this looks quite good. They're surrounding the bomb. And Elian has been given no opportunities. But can they maintain this mentality? 40 seconds, you've got smokes and flashes. Start blocking off the choke points here and work together.
Is anyone watching ladder base right now, or is Crizzen having a free avenue? I think
Looks
that he
like
has. Yeah, this is. They're not even plugging the gaps. XE-Power turns at the last minute here, but it was the last minute.
Yeah, they really did get the timing a little bit fortunate there. XE-Power, a couple more seconds, he could have got shot right in the backside. He does have a lot of responsibility, it seems, on a lot of these rounds where he does just kind of have a timer in his head as to when he needs to worry about the flank. This double peek from FaceCrack. Obviously, we have X-ray on. We have no immediate perception as to what he can see, but he was taking some very ambitious fights. That's the kill from XE-Power to ensure the round's survival. But forZe's timeout translates to a 13th, and now Winstrike on the same, take one the same as well. The first timeout from Winstrike.
So forZe will have the chance now to take the lead and finally shut down the economy of Winstrike. You can see both teams will be fully equipped. This will be the last time. Both of them actually looking pretty poor in that department, but their AK-47s available now for forZe. They've managed to string together a couple of rounds, and we're going into number 7 here. 13-13, couldn't be closer. forZe looking for that 2-0, and on their map pick now on the CT side, I haven't been too impressed. There's been some absolutely head-scratching moments, but here we go then. A lack of utility for Elian and Crizzen, but enough to make this a serviceable round.
Winstrike definitely need to plant the bomb here, even in the case of a round loss, as they only get 1,900 in the following. So keep an eye out for that as this round progresses.
And what have they got in mind here? It's going to be XE-Power now with the armor available and utility as well. He holds towards ramp. He is at the very back box there. And we've got Elian, his rival counterpart, on towards Silo. Just looking for any opening kills if possible. Flit with the AK-47. Doesn't offer anything up here, just ready for people crossing over towards Secret.
So some late outside smokes around the minute mark. Looks like they're going to be plan to be behind or even in front of them. It's going to be the L-frame smokes, and Jerry is going to be smoked off of that entirely. Flit in front of the Molotov. What's he trying to do?
Don't know.
I know he's here now.
Just giving himself up for free there.
They tried to throw the Astralis one-way smoke that he could look on over there, but by making noise, by getting hit by the Molotov, he gave up his position, he's given up territory, and now they've potentially given up the round.
Oh my goodness. Finally, FaceCrack will find something. That's the bomb dropped. XE-Power will play Shadow for the lower. They could go for a Vents pivot here.
This is still looking okay for forZe in the sense that they could get another kill. There's actually only 30 seconds remaining, so where do they finish up? It's Lackey with the bomb, so...
Jerry walking out of main, just with 30 seconds left, and no threat anywhere else on the map, because we can see where all the T's are.
So it definitely does seem like their nuke has lost a little of its potency.
It's very odd. They seem like they're not comfortable. I feel like they're inside their own heads a bit too much here, trying to overcomplicate scenarios, taking challenges that don't necessarily have to happen, and now they know exactly where XE-Power is. He's probably not going to save the AWP. You can see Elian holding his heels. Should be a matter of seconds before he goes down. And there it is. Elian will find him 14-13. Money okay for forZe. They've got a buy there, but they might just want to go for the partial, considering 3 of them can't really invest. And their loss bonus, nothing to really write home about. It's bottom of the barrel, $1,400.
So here's some things for you. forZe have more opening kills. They have more multi-kill rounds. They have a 1v4 ninja defuse in play, and they're still losing. So
Yikes.
They're doing everything they should be. They're just really, really bad in these mid-rounds. Like, that's the way these mid-rounds look. They look like they've lost complete understanding of how the map is meant to be controlled, because individuals are limping out, and that's not what we see, right? We see individuals usually normally staying tucked right until they're well aware. We talk about how, you know, how many precautions teams take with the jiggle peaks and all the new ways of clearing corners. Well, forZe are just walking into deaths right now.
I really, really, really felt like Flit's death was probably right up there with the most awkward ones. Jerry's smoke is another one in the lower site. You know, those are the 2 of the most awkward ones, because there's outside smokes, there's steps. If the main player's calling lots out yard, I can hear the steps, there's lots of people coming, and you're playing that secret position. Element of surprise, and after making the first sound cue, maybe get out of dodge. It's so tough. Maybe going for a fast one. Flash is going to come in. Face crack, an unarmored glass cannon mag 7 as they've invested everything. forZe, they've put everything into this round. This basically is the battle for Train.
This is the game.
This is the game.
Down towards lower, Flitz resides. It really doesn't look good for him. He needs a deagle headshot and survive. That's the only way they have a chance in this round. There's the shot. It's actually the AWP. They'll find the kill. Flit goes to the other side, still challenging here. And it's XE Power that's converted. He needs to stay alive now. No more challenges required from his side. And it's actually looking promising. 1 minute 12. Flit will get a shot back, 5 on 2. Surely they don't give this round away.
I can't believe it. They get ramped this time. Winstrike feels like that's half the battle, but it seems that Flit and Extra Power have managed to keep them completely locked out. Don't you dare.
Flit, come on, man.
Sit still.
Chill.
I don't even know why he needed to pick up the ramp there. It doesn't even make any sense.
We got it. It's going to be a 5-on-1. It looks like the round's under control here, but they are very horny for these kills out there. The old forZe boys, they are going to find the majority of the AKs, so there's going to be 2 of them brought over. AWP will be brought to the next round as well. So great stuff from XE Power. Flip manages to stay alive as well, although he was thinking about it. He wanted to pitch a bit further, but XE Power from the double doors gets the kills required here. Great shots, big kills. Deagle headshot was excellent as well here from Flip. That's just what he needed. Like we said, survival is the aim of the game in those scenarios. You've got them, you need to hold on to them. Getting the kill is impressive, but more impressive you can convert it into a round.
Well, look at the money, a Winstrike.
What happened? Where did it go?
It just poof and it's gone.
Well, they didn't have that loss bonus, as Chad described. So this is actually $1,400 now. After winning the previous round, it reset it down to another level. So they get $1,400, they get $1,900 next. So again, this is the game. If they lose this, they'll have $1,900 if the bomber doesn't get planted. So it's right down to a knife's edge here. Back and forth we go.
Considering the way that this is seesawed, it's likely Winstrike win this, then forZe have themselves with the low buy for the final round.
The thing
they
is,
only get $1,400.
It was like everything we're saying is correct. We just can't really predict 1-on-4 Ninja defusers, for example, or CT's challenging positions. They got 5-on-3 advances for things like that. So it's a strange game. It's certainly exciting, but you can see these derbies always seem to deliver. Always a bit strange, and we've got a Tech-9 spread here. 1 AK-47, 4 pistols.
It's a top pounce. Here
Trust
they come.
me, it's enough. If this can work.
This hangs in the balance. It looks good. Almeza's in a prime spot. They're coming out. Great screen. Hobbit does eventually meet his demise, and the spray from Almeza is going to get him the first 2. Face crack. He'll be happy to take an upgrade. The mag 7 patience does prevail, and now, oh dear. Just Lackey and Elian.
Is this where Flit will knife out, walk in the lobby?
I mean, I'm so preemptively, normally I'm like, at this point I'll start talking about, I'm 15, but...
Jokes aside, this one is looking very good. That was a decent hold. forZe already with the utility as well. They saw the flashbang come through.
I don't like this, Henry. I don't like this. Henry, I don't like this.
I feel like it's okay. Jerry just needs to
God.
pull the trigger and he's got a kill.
Yeah, watch what happens. Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Let's get good positions. Instead of playing bad ones, let's play good ones.
Do you think as the smoke faded, Chaddy was going to shoot him through the hole? There's no hole. Okay.
I thought that he was on the other side of the door, to be completely honest, and he was going to nutmeg through the smoke. He was going to get double kill onto XE Power and Jerry, and then Elian's going to fly up ladder and get the final 2.
Well, that's a good point. They're not really patrolling ladder. I hope there's a crosser on it.
From Hut, yeah. Okay, so Flit's got it.
Flit's got it. It's a nice setup.
This is a good setup now.
This is perfect. So you can see everything's covered. You've got Squeaky Door covering CT vent, Flit's covering Heaven from above the Hut, and then 2 of them backing each other up, pivot players on the show floor there. So it should be absolutely fine.
Sound cute. Oh, Elian's going to hate himself for that one, but that's 15 for forZe. Could very well.
And the money's smashed.
Oh, good grief. They have to defend this entire series with 2K in their bank account. Winstrike, what looked to be such a promising nuke. I thought they'd taken us to Train. I was already starting to think about what we'd learned from their previous Train results, but it seems they're going to have to defend this with a Tech-9 Kevlar vest and a smattering of utility.
Yeah, it's going to have to be one hell of a Tech-9 execution here, but honestly, it can happen. These are the sort of rounds that are unpredictable. They're volatile. And we'll see if this is where XE Power on the aircon boost as well towards the garage. He's looking towards outside. Surely he hears him crossing. There it is, confirmed. Gets the first, and there is another player out there as well making a lot of noise.
The bomb's late.
That's the bomb. Is it gone down?
No, it's not. It's still on Elian, but he has to play in a gap, but he's got the shots. That's enough for survival. They're low. XE Power surely not going to hit this shot. He's missed. He could go down here. He needs cover. Looking to survive, and he does. Only for a second. There's another there as well. Crizzen on that yard position, spotted and tagged down a little further. He'll be locked into secret. His teammate's still on red with the bomb.
They don't know how to handle this. They're all challenging for the kill. They can just leave him at this point. If they give him an AWP, Elian that is, it
They
could
know
all
where he
fall
is. They know
apart.
where he is.
3-on-1, is this it?
It is now. Extra Power converts it. 16-14. forZe, a much needed victory. They're 0-2. They'll take their first up against their domestic rivals.